People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is Joe.
Hey, everybody.
That's Joe. Together, we're kind of right. And thank you for listening.
Yes.
I think I haven't said thank you in a long time. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
And if you feel like you've been thanked, find somebody else to listen to us, too.
And this is like show number 111, 3 ones after each other.
Yes.
And
triple one.
although this is show 111, like this is 2019. It's not really 2019. This really isn't show 111. But
Why isn't it show 111?
because we've done more than 111 shows. That's why.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, none
But
that
like
we
you
can-
said, I know
It's
what you're
kind of
saying.
like if a tree falls down in the woods.
Right.
Does anyone hear it?
I mean, I think we sound way more like guys who've done like 118 shows than 111. You know what I'm saying, Joe. Hey, Joe, I had a colonoscopy yesterday, and if you don't go get one, you're a pussy because there's nothing to it. There's
I'm not
absolutely
afraid of it.
nothing to it. And the drugs are actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it's the
The old
conscious
propofol.
sedation.
I see why old Mike, I don't know, they told me I was snoring. Old Michael, I get it. Mike, I know you're dead. But I'll tell you the story real quick. So I had it scheduled. I put it off as long as I could while I was still 50 because I only got a few weeks till I'm 51. I made the appointment a month ago or 2 months ago, whatever the fuck. So they prescribe you the fucking bowel prep juice, which is different everywhere, but they do it semi-old school. You go to CVS and they give you a gallon jug with powder in the bottom and a flavor pack taped to it. Put the lukewarm water in there, mix it up, shake it, put it in the fridge for a couple hours. At 4 o'clock the day before, which the day before was Sunday, I scheduled it for a Monday because I didn't want to not work 2 days because I had to take the day off, So
4 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, you begin to take the bowel prep, and you drink it 8 to 10 ounces at a time, 10 to 15 minutes apart, half of it. Takes about 2 hours to choke that shit down
Why do they give you a gallon if you only have to have half of it?
because you drink the other half the next morning.
Oh.
So you have to be done ingesting the shit 4 hours before your procedure. Now, during this time, you're on a clear liquid diet. You can drink as much clear liquid as you want, and that includes coffee, tea, Gatorade, near beer, soda, whatever the fuck.
Even though that's not clear liquid?
Sure it is. You just have to be able to, if you put a piece of paper on the other side of a glass, if you can see a picture through it, it's a clear liquid. So even Coke, you can see a picture on the other side of the glass. You know what I mean? Like Guinness, you can't. Or a milkshake. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Technically, it's a clear liquid. So I got to say, everything went by the book, even in the thing. I started to shit within an hour of my first sip of the stuff. And then I went to bed. I woke up and knew it would take about 2 hours. I wanted to be done at 5:30, so I was going to get up at 3:30. I got up about 3:15, started drinking the stuff, and you just immediately start to shit. And you just shit and shit and shit some more. You drink it, and 15 minutes after your last drink, you're done shitting. And I was able to go back to sleep for an hour and a half.
Did you feel lighter?
Totally. I was like, I want to do this once a fucking season, maybe once a quarter, 4 times a year, just to clean yourself out.
It cleans you out.
And it's not bad. You know how when you get the shits from having the shits or having diarrhea, you're sick and you feel awful?
Right.
There's none of that. You're shitting, but you're not sick.
Right.
So the first 2 are bad, and now you just literally, what the shit does is the powder, the magic powder, it just draws water into your colon more than it normally would. Helps you draw the water in. And so by the time you're done the morning of, you're shitting clear water. You're literally shitting clear water.
Which is, I believe, what they want.
Yeah. They don't want anything stuck because these fucking these polyps that they're looking for can be flat. You know what I mean? They're not just sticking out like a fucking skin tag under your arm. They're flat also. And if there's fucking fecal matter still stuck to the side of your colon, they can't see the flat ones. You know what I mean? So the old man, who's always good for a ride, he picked you up because you have to have someone drop you off and pick you up. He did walk in with me, and then he left. The only thing that didn't go smoothly, and I'm not blaming it. By the way, BDI here, I call it Jordan. It used to be Jordan Hospital. It's a fucking great country hospital. They got the endoscopy thing down. The only thing they didn't have down was at a 9:30.
They're a horrible hospital.
No, it's a better hospital than you think, Joe. You haven't been there in a while.
It's a horrible
The cardiac
hospital.
unit's great. They saved my mother's life. And
That was sheer luck. Well, that was your brother-in-law.
and the endoscopy setup is wonderful. Other than this, I had a late appointment, 9:30. I was supposed to be there at 8:45 to get fucking my whole fucking probed at 9:30. They didn't even take me in till 10. I was starting to get a little apprehensive. And then I didn't even get wheeled into the room till 11. So
they made you wait.
yeah, and it must have been the particular doctor that I had must have had a rough go of a couple of them. Like there was more fucking polyps to remove maybe than usual, because that can fucking make the thing go twice or 3 times as long, depending on what she's got to do once she's up in there.
Well, maybe he just has zero respect for your time.
Well, here's how I know, because like 4 or 5 people who checked in after me got taken in before me, but they had there was 3 different people performing them yesterday morning.
I got you.
So, fucking, you get wheeled in, and, the lady's like, you seem tense. I'm like, I'm a little tense. Because I'm thinking more about, I'm not so bummed out, so to speak, about the thing from you're getting a procedure done thing as I am about what they're going to find and how soon am I going to die from it. You know what I mean? Because I'm fucking contemplating my mortality more now that I'm not drinking. That was the great thing about drinking. You never think about death while you're drinking. You know what I mean? It makes that noise stop. It makes that noise stop for me. But anyway, among other noise, like all of it. So, you go in, the doctor says, all right, this is out, blah, 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 and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm not out. All right, get on your side. I'm like, shit. I'm going to feel every bit of this. Then the dude walks up, because you got an IV in your arm. Dude walks up. He goes, see you in a minute. And I looked at him like, I'm on my side. I went,
And he went,
what do you mean? Out. And then I woke up. And then I woke up. Before I could say mean and what do you mean, I woke up. And it was over. And I was being wheeled back. I got a little fucking juicy and a cracker. And I was on my way. Like an hour exactly after I got wheeled in. Old man oh, by the way, they found 1 little baby polyp. I don't have to go back for 5 years. Didn't feel a thing. My gut doesn't hurt. My ass doesn't hurt. It turns out, Joe, I'm a perfect asshole.
You got a perfect asshole.
I'm a perfect asshole. I barely feel violated. You know what I mean? I know that a bunch of people saw my wide open asshole yesterday, but I don't feel violated.
I got a feeling that there's not a lot of people that were coming in just to see.
Well, there were a lot of
Your
people in the room,
asshole.
5 or 6 people, like any other fucking procedure or operation. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of people around.
Well, you got a doctor and an anesthesiologist, and then what? A nurse. Then who
A
else?
couple nurses. And it wasn't even the anesthesiologist. It was the anesthesiologist stooge. The real anesthesiologist comes and sees you, and he asks you a bunch of questions. He writes shit down. But he's doing every one of those that's going on at the same time. There's another guy who does what the anesthesiologist tells him to do. Take this much drugs and put it in there, Keep an eye on him. He might have sleep apnea.
Well, it's very interesting, the whole medical thing, isn't it? Very interesting. Hey, I got a new police force to hate. The Massachusetts Environmental Police. A good friend of mine some friends of his, starting with an 86-year-old woman, and the youngest person there was like 65. They went out clamming.
Out to Saquish or some shit.
I don't. You know, he didn't even. Yes, it was in Plymouth. It must have been
Place of many clams.
a
Saquish.
place where there's clams. Now, a clamming license is free, mind you.
Is it?
Yeah, it's free.
I paid $10 for one once.
So, I guess you can get too small of a clam as well. There's a size.
I mean, that's why they have rules. You know what I mean? You can't take the small ones. It's kind of like animals.
Right.
You can't take a small deer.
But I guess they were
Small
too
rabbit.
small by, these were big clams, and they didn't look small, apparently. So,
Whatever
there were
that means.
4 people, and they were fined $600.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
For their horrible clamming exploits. And you can say, well, they should have known the law.
Well, it helped to pay that guy's salary for the day, didn't it?
But you know what? Fuck you, environmental police.
Right.
I hope all your kids die, too.
So did they have to give their license and everything?
No, it's just, it's
It's like, how does he write the ticket? It's like, fuck you. I'm not showing you my I don't have a driver's license. You know what I mean? I don't have a driver's license.
Beats one of them over the head with a baseball
With a
bat
clam.
and throws them into the fucking ocean.
With a clam rake.
Yeah.
Impales the back of their skull.
Yeah, kills
with a
them.
clam rake.
Kills the useless fuck
Yeah.
who's saving the environment.
By the way, Joe, can I tell you that your reputation has not reached everyone in the Bourne barracks? Because I got pulled over by one of them in your car the other day.
It's in my wife's name.
I know. Well, I said that. This is my friend Patricia Brennan's car. I fucking was coming home from Eugene's and certainly wasn't drunk because I'm not drinking. And he had someone pulled over, and I didn't pull all the way over into the other lane because there was someone next to me.
Yeah.
And he pulled me over. He said, "You didn't move aside." He goes, "You know about the move aside law?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." Someone was passing me. I couldn't get over.
Right.
He said, "Okay, everything okay with your license?" I'm like, "Yep." I said, "This isn't my car. It's my friend's." He said, "Okay, I'll be right back." Came back, gave me a warning. He said, "Pull over next time." I said, "Okay." Well, move over, not pull over.
Now, when
The
you
move-
drove away,
move
did you
aside.
go, I hope you fucking die?
No, I was just... It was just a fucked up way to wrap up a long week. It was fucking 9:30 on a Friday night, and I hadn't been home fucking all day, and it was just whatever.
I love when the fucking state pigs, that would be the Massachusetts State Police, I love it when they have somebody pulled over, like the person was getting off the highway, so they pull them over.
Right by the ramp.
Yeah, right by the ramp, and there's like people flying by, and then there's a traffic jam because people are trying to get off and they're slowing down, and so they're risking, because I don't care about the cop. All of them can die tomorrow, and I'd be thrilled.
Right.
Every state fucking
You might have a
pig.
party.
You know what? If they all died in some sort of a fucking...
You would throw a
they're
party.
I would definitely throw a party. But
I would.
So they're risking somebody else's life so that they can give them a fucking ticket
Yeah, right.
for, failing to... Who knows? You're going 70 in a 65 or
Right.
whatever the fuck they're... I fucking hate them. I hope they all die. I try to be consistent on a lot of things, and a lot of times I'm not, but I am consistent on the Massachusetts State Police.
The worst law enforcement agency in the United States of America.
But I pretty much have made it clear that I can't stand any police.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man.
I mean, for the most part, they're all scum.
Yeah.
And you know how they're saying, we're risking our lives for... No,
No, you're not.
They're not risking their lives for you. They're not risking their lives. They wanted to
believe-
be a cop.
I believe crane operators die at a steadier clip at work than fucking
They're the
than
same
cops.
type of fucking scum that, they want to kill somebody legally. That's what they want to do.
Right.
They want to be involved. They're looking for the adrenaline rush, and they want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's really what they want to do. They want to fucking kill somebody so they know what it feels like to have that kind of power, because that's what they're into.
And they want your kid to die of heroin.
Yeah, and they are responsible for your if you're a parent and your kid has died of heroin, an overdose of heroin.
And we know people in that fucking sitch. Unfortunately.
Absolutely directly related to how you can't blame it on the pigs. But
Yeah, you can.
the fucking pig union is definitely
Oh yeah.
any kind of legalization of narcotics or like, let's treat this as a public health issue, and we'll have instead of making it a law enforcement issue, they're all fighting against that.
Right.
So these fucking pigs that come to your house after your kid is dead are the people that are responsible for your kid being dead. Because their union fights for them so that they can come into your house, because they've made it impossible for your kid to get
Help.
or legal like real opiates.
Yeah.
Real, like the pills that probably launched your kid into that position anyway. And they're the reason your kid's dead,
Yeah.
because he had to go to heroin, and heroin doesn't come consistent, and your kid's dead because of it.
Right.
Because pigs...
God forbid you let them take something that's regulated and vetted. You know
Right.
what I mean? God
Pigs
forbid.
want to make money. It's about money. It's about pigs making money. That's why, and being dumb. That's why you can see them on the side of the road in the summertime or the wintertime, standing there for 8 hours. Do you know what kind of a moron you have to be
To
be
direct
able to
traffic?
just stand there for fucking... You're a moron.
Yeah.
And you don't, and I have to throw this in if I'm talking about it. Even though it's been said by me time and time, they don't pay any taxes.
Well, no.
No taxes, ever. They don't pay taxes. They take 10 out of the kitty, they put 4 back, and somebody's got to make up the 6. And that would be real taxpayers that pays for them. So I hope they all fucking die, including the environmental police.
Especially the
Massachusetts,
environmental
'cause,
police today.
I heard this, and I'm like, how much, what are we talking about? Like, did they have a fucking,
Gun?
no, did they have a truckload of clams? What do we,
They had a couple bad. They probably had a basket and a half of fucking
they had a
bad
couple
clams.
baskets of clams.
So what you're
And there
saying
was
is
like, out of 150 clams, there was like 4 of them that were too small.
and they had no license, or did they have licenses?
I think one person had a license.
Okay.
But they weren't clear on the whole fucking, Well, getting a fucking clamming license is free, apparently.
Yeah,
It's free.
or it's $10. It's basically free.
No, I believe the guy that I spoke to said it's fucking free.
All right, there you go.
You just have to go to the town hall.
And get it. Show them your license.
It's convenient for them, mind you, because they're not open on Fridays.
Is that right? I thought they stopped
Well,
with
I
that
think
bullshit.
they're open on
till
Fridays
noon.
till noon.
Yeah.
Because God forbid that you're a fucking non-taxpayer
The building department, by the way, might not be open on
who
Friday.
has to actually work Friday till 5 o'clock.
Well, they're there, but the public can't access.
Well, they can go fuck themselves
I believe
because
that's how
they
it goes.
should be open until 5
Of
o'clock.
course, Monday
Because
through Friday.
They should be open till 7 o'clock because their job is a public servant.
Right.
So
Yeah, we get why it's not open
I
on
hope
Saturday.
the
that's
environmental
fine.
police, all of you, die because you're a useless bunch of scum. And if you've saved the environment in any way, shape, or form, I bet I can argue it and make it
Like
seem
you haven't done
you
shit.
haven't done a fucking thing. all you've done is fucking cost people money and waste their time and waste fucking time. You're better off dead. For us, for society, you're better off dead.
Yeah, right. They're just a burden.
And I hate to be negative. On a good note, my excavator got fixed today, and it works flawlessly.
Oh, good.
Which is wonderful.
Did you return that 80-pound piece?
I did.
Sorry.
It was only 46 pounds, by the way.
Oh, all right. Well, we had actually guessed 60, so. But we're getting old.
Well, it was a heavy fucking thing.
It was heavy, and it was dense. It was really dense.
And I have the old gear sitting in my slop sink over there. So come get me, environmental police. You fucking scumbag.
Oh, because you're washing grease down the regular
Yes,
drain?
I'm going to be washing a lot of grease right into my neighbor's well, cocksuckers.
Right. My parents have fucking... oh, never mind.
What do they got?
Nothing. I was going to say they had city sewer, but they don't. They have city water. They have a septic system.
Yeah, they got a septic system where they're at.
But you have a septic system here as well. And a well.
No.
Oh, no, you have city water here?
Yeah, I get town water.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
But I flush all of my grease down by the town well.
Yeah.
So the environmental police... Well, I figure I'd give them something to do.
Well, they need something to do.
Give them some thinking tasks. I know one of the first environmental police that ever became,
Oh, when they started
first,
the agency?
Yeah. And he was so fucking dumb, he's now a state senator.
Guy Glotus?
Huh? No.
I wonder who it is. Oh, really?
Dumb.
Wow.
We're talking dumb.
Yeah.
We're talking
God love
unable
him.
to, fucking...
Communicate in English. Communicate in English effectively.
Unable to, I think, very...
Write a check.
Very small tasks were about,
His wife's balancing the
cleaning
checkbook.
a drain, I don't know. Snow blowing the driveway would probably be a mystery.
He probably really happy about direct deposit.
Stupid. Really stupid.
Well, I mean, we can't all be as bright as you and I, Joe.
No.
You and me. Sorry. That was
No,
bad
not
English.
everybody can be as bright as us.
Right.
Hey, what do you think of this Jussie Smollett shit?
I still don't understand the how he got off. We talked about it. It seems to be he knows
Was
people.
he off last Thursday when we were here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So talk about that for
I
just
don't,
a second.
It's such an awful story. So everyone knows who Jussie Smollett is, and they let him go, and they said, "We'll keep." They're keeping his bond, his big $10,000 payment, and they are. I guess he's going to do a little community service for Jesse Jackson. That is, by the way, television camera oriented, believe it or not.
So
and,
this guy staged a hate crime.
yeah, and the prosecutor even said, "Oh, he's guilty of it. It's just if anyone else in his position, anybody else was, we'd probably let them go also." It's bizarre logic. Makes no sense.
So if you stage a hate crime
And waste hundreds of thousands of dollars in fucking resources. Even that fucking crooked fucking midget, fucking Rahm Emanuel is pissed. You know?
is he still mayor?
Yeah, for the time being. There's an election at some point this year for Chicago mayor. They're lining up. Speaking of running for stuff, poor Joe Biden was getting ready to announce his candidacy, and it turns out he's a fingerer and a plagiarizer, by the way.
Well,
He's a finger and plagiarizer. He's like the kissing bandit. He touches and kisses.
Loves to kiss people.
Yeah, listen, he's just friendly. It's just Joe.
He loves to give him a nice little kiss right on the pussy.
You know who says it's okay, though, and that he didn't really act all that inappropriately. It sounds like Whoopi with the rape. Nancy Pelosi says it's okay.
Really?
Joe Biden's okay, she said.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. She says it doesn't disqualify him.
It is so fucking great with this whole Mueller investigation now over.
And it is over, by the way.
It's fucking over. And these people are losing their minds. And I don't watch, like I said, I don't watch it. I watched, this Sunday, I watched, what's his name? Howie something on Fox.
Howie?
Howie,
I have
Howard
no idea.
something or other. At any rate, that's the one show that I still tape, usually never watch.
Yeah.
And I watched it just to get the response from all of the, and there's like they're talking about Rachel Maddow has lost fucking, it's so great.
She's lost audience and weight
and a
sway?
grasp of reality.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, she's slowly going mad.
She's losing her fucking mind.
That's funny.
Because
Aw. Rachel, hold it together, honey. By the way, I know you're listening, baby, so how you doing?
Buy yourself a few new pairs of Converse
Oh, whatever.
sneakers and
Why is she
some
getting
more
all
black
hung up with
jeans
that?
and
It's almost like they're upset that our president isn't corrupt. You know what I mean? It's fucking bizarre. Their logic is fucked.
well, it's not if you wanted Hillary so bad and she lost.
Yeah, she lost because she lost. She was an awful candidate.
But
Awful.
everybody thought she was going to win.
And by the way, not just awful like to vote for, but literally a bad. We touched on this. Even her husband thought she was a bad candidate who made awful decisions.
let me tell you something.
So if she,
I'm gonna
how
make
could
a-
you want that for president?
I'm going to make a prediction.
Go, baby.
After 2020,
Yeah.
when Trump wins again,
Yeah, when he wins, exactly.
and one of the headlines today is Hispanics rally to Trump,
Sí.
boosting his 2020 chances.
Mis sabios de pescas en la cocina.
And that's a real clear politics piece, which means it's usually down the middle.
Donde está el baño?
So the deal
Sí.
is when he wins again, he's going to go after these motherfuckers that attacked him.
He
Because
posts.
he will not let this stuff fucking
Yeah, no,
sit.
especially
And
when he doesn't have
including
anything to lose.
Hillary, the cunt. I think the cunt better hope she's going to fucking die.
By the way, he's putting off the healthcare thing till after 2020 now too. He said.
Well, these cocksuckers tried to take him down illegally.
Yeah, they attempted a coup d'état.
They really did. This was as close. People don't get this,
Yeah,
but
that's what was.
we
attempted.
had the Obama administration who was using the NSA to spy on
his
people
candidacy. Not
involved.
even after he won. I mean, well, after he won, they fucking even ramped up some other shit. But while he was a candidate,
While he was a candidate,
Yeah.
they were using the NSA to spy on the Trump campaign.
right?
This is the Obama administration.
Yeah,
And
the golden child, by the way, the chosen one.
yeah, what a fucking, you know what? Fuck you, Obama.
Yeah, Barry, eat it.
And I hope one of your fucking kids dies.
Yeah, Malia, that one, because I can't remember the other
Cocksucker.
ones. Malia and Selma,
And
both
that
of them.
fucking cunt wife of yours,
Michelle.
why don't you tell her to shut the fuck up? Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine?
He's coming. Obama is pretty much one of the biggest, just a huge,
Cheshire cat grinning motherfucker.
absolute fucking corrupt motherfucker. Most untransparent administration
Ever. Yep.
Just all that soaring rhetoric. And I'll give credit where credit's due.
Great speaker.
Absolute. That's what got him in.
Yep.
It's like being the best bullshitter ever. You know, they say Trump's a bullshitter. Obama knows nothing and got himself elected president. Nothing. He knows how to run nothing. He still knows how to run nothing.
Yeah, right. He's a great speaker, and he was an interesting-looking character. He looked interesting. That goes a long way, I'm telling you.
Are you saying that he looked Negro?
No, he looks interesting. He's not a average-looking person. He's an interesting-looking guy. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, and he got fucking elected by college bitches who decided not to turn out for Hillary for some reason, or they might have, but I don't even know. Was 2016 in terms of the total amount of people who voted? Was it a good year? Was it a bad year? I mean, I used to know all that shit. Like, what year did the most people turn out to vote for president? Does it get bigger every year because there's more Americans every year? I don't know.
Well,
the sheer amount of votes cast.
I want to say that when Obama ran, 95% of all black voters voted for Obama.
Right.
That's a really good group of people to have. And all the people in these depressed states where manufacturing is taking a shit, they all voted for Obama, too. The same people that put Trump in office.
Right.
Now, how many voted compared to how many voted in 2016?
12 and 8 and 4 and 8.
I can probably look this up.
I mean, I don't know what my point is, but...
Well, your point is, was it an election that brought out a lot of people?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, in theory, a lot of the people who voted for Obama didn't vote for Hillary, but didn't even vote for Donald. I got a feeling that it was a lower turnout than 08. Maybe not 12, you know what I mean? Got a feeling a lot of people didn't turn out in 12. Fucking old Mitt wasn't that fucking... he didn't fire up the fucking base like old Donald has, you know what I mean? But that's a great thing about Donald. What's his base? It's a wider variety of people, you know?
Wow.
But a lot of people voted for Trump who never voted for anybody, believe it or not. Same with
people
Obama.
People literally registered to vote for the first time to vote for Trump.
Right.
You know, all the deplorables.
Yeah.
Dumb people. All the dumb people.
I mean, I proudly call myself a deplorable, but we all know I voted every year since I could. Jesus, when was that? It was 18, 96. I did get to vote in 96.
Well, there were 69,000 people that voted for Obama.
96, 88, you
in
idiot.
2008. And 59,000 voted for McCain.
$59,000. Say that again.
69,000 Obama, 60,000 McCain, because we're going to round off here.
Where?
Jesus Christ.
You said 69,060.
Million.
All right, thank you. What the fuck?
69 million.
There you go.
69,456,000 voted for Obama. 59,934,000.
So 129,000 people.
So you got 60.
And Trump and Hillary were 64 and 61. That's 125 million, something like that.
Well, I think I can bring this forward a little bit.
And then I bet you there was less than 125 in 2012. So
2012, there was 65 million that voted for Obama, and 61 million.
So 126. That's less than 9
that voted for Mitt.
Yeah, so that's still more than. So they've gone down since 2008 steadily. 2008 voted more than 2012. 2012 voted more than, if I'm remembering correctly. I think it sounds like about 1 million more people voted.
62, almost 63 million because 62,980,000 voted for Trump. So 65,845 voted for Hillary.
All right, so that is more than 2012.
Well, and then you have 4.5 million voted for Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
And 1.5 million voted for Jill Stein.
Geez, I actually threw my vote one year to the Libertarian guy, and I can't remember who it was and what year it was.
So what we got is, but they keep bringing this up all the time. Well, Hillary got more votes.
Yeah.
Well, who gives a fuck? That's not how it's. We don't do it that way here.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, she lost the electoral college by a fucking lot.
Yeah,
by the way.
Donald Trump didn't spend a fucking day in California because it's.
Why would he?
Well, he's going to lose it. So all votes go to her. So fuck you, California.
He spent no time campaigning in his home state because why would you?
Right. You go when there's a game and it has rules and you play by the rules and then you win. You win.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't backtrack and then go, oh, well, she would have won. Well, if it was by popular vote, I guarantee you Trump still would have won. He would have beat that fucking whore. Because
then he would have figured that out. He would have
played a different game.
Right. He would have figured that out too.
You don't get to be president after never running for anything.
Ever.
And then you run for president for the first time, which is your first race for anything.
He never even ran for fucking high school or college anything.
Never ran for anything.
Right.
And beat the most qualified person ever.
Available, yes.
The most corrupt, biggest scumbag piece of shit ever.
Right.
But apparently she was qualified.
Well, perhaps she was qualified, but she was an awful candidate. So, thank God.
What was
she's
she
not
qualified
president.
to do?
I have no idea. She was qualified because she lived in the White House at one point. I don't know.
Really?
She
was qualified because throughout her life, men gave her opportunity.
Or maybe a listen. I don't know about opportunity. I know so little about. First of all, how she was ever allowed to be the senator from New York is crazy. What kind of rule is that? You know what I mean? She never ever even fucking lived there. You know what I mean? How do you get to be senator from New York?
Well,
as soon as your husband's out of fucking office. It's fucking
Here's how you
fucked.
do it. Here's how you do it. Yeah. I'll explain exactly what happened.
I'm going to pee and listen.
So what happened is Hillary, for those of you who are young or didn't pay attention, Hillary just got fucked over by her husband. That was the end of her husband's presidential campaign, or presidency, let's say. It ended in 2000. So, or 2001, is that how it works?
Well, yeah. He gave up the seat January 20th, 2001.
Well, there was a huge amount of, because Bill apparently lied to Hillary about Monica Lewinsky and said, I didn't do it, honey. But yes, he did. In fact, he was getting blown in the Oval Office by a 23-year-old or 22-year-old. So there was all kinds of womanly sympathy for Hillary. So Hillary decided, because I have had such a tough time with my husband, I deserve to be a senator from a state where I've never lived.
Right.
And guess who thought the same thing? Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Daniel Patrick Moynihan was the senator, Democratic senator from New York. I don't know for how many terms, for his whole fucking life, maybe. So, Daniel Patrick Moynihan said, Hillary will be a great senator for New York. and he got behind her because he was leaving the game. And she was going to run against Rudy Giuliani, who, this is the old Clinton luck,
Got
cancer.
right.
Rudy Giuliani got cancer while he was running against Hillary Clinton, who never lived in the state of New York before. And he had to get out of the race. And then they brought a guy in by the name of Rick Lazio, who just did a fucking terrible job. And Cunt Lips became senator of New York. Because she fucking deserves it. Oh, it's just going to be... one of the reasons I don't kill myself is because I am going to outlive Hillary.
You want to see her funeral on TV?
I really do. It's not, and it won't even be on TV
I bet
much.
it will be.
It'll be, there'll be like clips and shit, but...
Shit'll be live.
And
First ladies.
I guarantee you Bill will outlive Hillary.
I mean, I hope for his
And then
sake.
he's going to go on like a fuck fest.
Crazed. He'll be crazed.
Like a crazed fuck fest.
Right.
He's going to be like,
He'll be
and then shit will come out about her, about that, she loved to have fucking butt plugs stuck in her ass.
right.
The more, the better.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Because she's a total fucking, narcissistic piece of shit freak. She's got to be,
Yeah.
right? She probably loves shit in her ass. Doesn't she?
I mean, I'm having a hard time picturing that, but
Well, she has that personality where anything that she does, she can make it somebody else's fault. So if she enjoys butt plugs, she has an ability to make it somebody else's problem.
right.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Now, I've never had a butt plug, and I don't plan on it, but maybe I'm missing out because I bet Hillary's had several. And there's a great joke by the great Dave Attell who says, "I found a butt plug on a city bus. How did I know? It fit perfectly."
He's great, man.
If you don't,
You should have hung
you're-
out, man.
you shoulda. You shoulda. Things got fucking crazy. If you're a fan of comedy, if you love comedy, Dave Attell, Attell, I think.
Yeah,
And-
something like that.
And you can
People know
find free shit on YouTube. And if you've got, actually, I don't know, because I think it's a Comedy Central thing. But I have fallen. He's got a special he did like in 2014 called Road Work, where he just has clips of various places where he went on the road, and it's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Best joke teller ever, Dave Attell.
Yeah, he's funny, man. And they say he's a stand-up. They all look up to him.
Well, it's like for storytellers, you got joke tellers, and then you got people that do a 20-minute fucking story.
Yeah.
And for storyteller, Doug Stanhope is like the
Great.
comedian's comedian.
Yeah, he's great.
And I mean, he's fucking so dark that there's not that many people that can handle it.
Yeah.
He does some.
He's pretty dark, man.
He is, but I mean, he's fucking great, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so clever that it's not even dark. But that's just my opinion.
You know who else is a little dark? Is Norm. Do you ever listen to Norm at all?
It's funny you mention that. I've listened to a lot of Norm. And
Yeah.
Norm is Norm does not like. It's very hard to see where Norm's coming from.
Yeah.
But anytime you bring up Bill Maher or you see Norm talking about Bill Maher, he talks about how Bill Maher just, hey, I'm all for Bill. I mean, he loves the smoking all the kind of fucking dope and the whores. I mean, he's into it, you know. But it's obviously it's a dig on
Right.
Bill Maher, because Bill Maher, you know, Bill Maher fancies himself he's an intellectual.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And Norm has made this point. Bill Maher he has his politically incorrect that's been on HBO for 25 years or something like that. It's been on
In one
for a long
form or
time.
another, right?
But it's an awful show. I mean, if you hate Trump, go watch Bill Maher.
Right.
And I mean, Bill Maher, much like a lot of other people, were sane, reasonable people until Trump got elected. And he's
Lost his mind.
fucking lost his mind. He's crazy. And he only has people on that are like, you know, hey, Trump just cured cancer. Fuck that. He's a cocksucker.
Right.
And he lies a lot. So, I mean, and I'm not saying, I mean, Norm Macdonald's Canadian. Norm Macdonald's gig is, I don't fucking have any opinions because I don't know anything.
Right.
That's what he's, you know, that's his fucking stone cold.
You know what Norm doesn't like is female comedians. He gives them no credit. He's like, I've never heard a lady be actually funny. You know what I mean?
No, but
Although he's wrong, there are a couple like Sarah Silverman's pretty funny.
No, he specifically talks about Sarah Silverman.
Oh, does he? Good.
And he says, Sarah Silverman is really funny.
For a lady.
No, because she talks about cock and cum.
Right.
And, you know, so all she does is become a man on stage.
Right.
And she's funny.
She is funny. And she's cute. Doesn't hurt, by the way.
But you know what? She's not really that funny.
She's pretty cute. I don't know.
You know, I used to think Janine Garofalo was cute a while ago.
For an ugly chick, yeah.
No, when she was younger, Janine was kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
You know what I mean?
She's nowhere near got the fucking figure that fucking Sarah Silverman has, though. Sarah Silverman has like a model's body.
I've always thought, look, I think Sarah Silverman's fine, you know, and I've never gotten through one of her specials.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
And I watch a lot of comedy specials, and I get through most.
She's a great talk show guest, I guess. That's where I see her the most, in guest shots.
Yeah, she's a good appearance person.
Yeah.
But she and Norm did a thing together where Norm wasn't mean to her or anything. You know,
That's good.
I don't think Norm really cares that much. It's just that he finds a fucking dig, and you know, like Bill Maher is all about how, you know, I guess if you look at Bill Maher, you go, this guy is like, you know, for personal freedom and all kinds of stuff. But he likes an environment where there's whores. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where women have to work as slaves.
Right.
Because no one else would fuck Bill Maher. Because Bill Maher is a fucking 5'2" dwarf who's ugly.
Right.
And so as long as there's people that have to work as female slaves to fuck Bill Maher, Bill likes his life real good.
Sure.
You know what I mean? He's happy about that. But he doesn't want to do anything about the economy that makes it so that there has to be whores.
Right.
You know what I mean? He doesn't want to do anything about that because he needs the whores.
Well, they probably make him feel good about himself.
Now, look, I'm totally, you know me, I'm totally for if I think they should legalize prostitution. I think it should be, I don't know whether it's legalize or decriminalize. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, let's get these girls a little health care.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
A checkup now and
checkup
again. So
once
you got
a month.
This is what they do in in the Netherlands, where you've been several times. I've never been, but you've been in Amsterdam and seen the red light district. You know,
I actually have not seen the red light district itself in Amsterdam, but I have seen red light districts. Believe it or not, but
So-
I know what you're saying. I've been there.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're in the window and they're fucking.
Right.
You can go in and pay a certain amount of money and fuck them and do whatever you want to.
Right, and they have a fucking permit or a license right on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
And according to Jim Jeffries, if you pay a girl enough money in Australia, you can fucking burn her with a cigarette.
Wow. I think you can do that here too, can't you? You must be able to.
I don't know. He said it as like a, as a point.
Yeah.
Not that he has done it, but
Right.
he said,
You can definitely pay someone to burn you with a cigarette here. I know
Right,
that.
right. I
No
think
problem
you could
with that.
find someone probably on this street. You can
Yeah.
find someone that will burn you with a cigarette good.
Fucking hit you with a chain or some shit.
But I think the funny,
Grind your balls with their heel.
yeah, the funny the funny thing about Norm is, and when he talks about Bill Maher, is like, as long as there's enough dope and whores, Bill Maher is fucking there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And fuck whether these people have any rights or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think I believe that's the spin he's putting on it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't think he really cares. I think he just says it
Yeah.
because
Well, it's
he's
funny.
Norm.
It's funny. You know what I mean? Norm's funny.
Like Norm was David Letterman's favorite comedian.
Oh, yeah. He loved Norm.
I mean, like, he was one of the first people that Dave had on, and he was like the last comedian Dave had on.
Was he the last one? No shit. I believe it. I didn't know that, but
Well, I don't think I know that to be
Whatever.
100% true, but I think it is. He was one of the
He might
very
have been.
last. Like
Stern,
in the last
Stern
week.
was in the last week or the last 2 weeks, too. He did a lot on
Is
Dave.
Howard still on?
Yeah, and like 30 million people subscribed to Sirius XM to listen to Howard.
So, are you listening to Howard at work?
I listen to the show's on it from 7 to 11 now, not 6 to 10. So I am lucky enough that when I get in the car, I get to hear the first hour. From 7 to 8, I listen to Howard, and then I catch up the rest of the week. He only does 3 live shows, so sometimes I listen on the way home. Usually by Sunday night, I've heard the 3 shows in their entirety. Not necessarily in order either. I kind of jump between them and listen. I try to listen to everything, but I pick and choose what I listen to first. Because on the app on the phone, I listen just on the phone, by the way, the app on the phone. I don't have a Sirius radio, and I don't pay for the app. I have a lifetime subscription that never ever... The 5 or 6 radio thing, that little small print.
I know. You got this before it was gone by the time I wanted to get it. Like, you were able to get a lifetime.
Yeah, before he
Sirius.
actually started working there.
Right.
It's like the 6 months in between him announcing and him actually work. Actually, it was a year. Oh yeah, but the thing was for 6 months. That's right, because they had the Howard 101 start in the fall.
I think
or the
you
end of summer.
plug that phone into my car there and have it come out the radio.
It has supposedly there's Bluetooth on that, and I don't use that radio too much because it beeps. When you put it on, no matter what setting it's on, it goes beep 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 beep. Even while it's playing, I just listen to my phone because I put it in right here, point the speaker up, I can hear it. I never listen to the radio. I just listen to this.
I hate that fucking thing, by the way, that radio.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
I mean, I put it in. I need it. I have the old radio. It might go back.
Yeah.
But that thing will play anything. It's got. Have you ever gotten the screen to come down?
Yeah, no, what do you mean come down?
There's a button you can push. The screen comes down, and then you can put a DVD in there. You can put a fucking
no
SD
shit.
chip.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
You can. I think you can stick your dick over here. And there's like 11 inputs in there.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of
then
inputs.
There's a thing in the console between the seats where you can plug shit in. You can plug an iPod in.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, no, I haven't done
And
any. I'm not experimental. Like I said, mostly because I listen to this. The
But
fucking phone is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
The smartphone.
And the thing is so fucking complicated that I've never. The only thing I've remembered is the fucking code, like when the battery goes out.
Oh, what is it? I think I asked you for it at some point. Yeah.
It's 0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that, Norm Macdonald last stand up on Letterman.
No shit. Yeah, good memory.
2015.
Already, huh? 4 years since Dave's been gone.
I can't
Almost
say
4
that
years.
I don't really miss Dave because
I didn't watch him because he's on too late. I used to watch him. I watched him in college. I watched him before I had kids, but I would say it had been that long, like 18, 19 years since I watched him regularly because I was fucking working and you got kids. How can you stay up? Now, it's different. If Dave was on now, I'd probably DVR the fucking thing. I didn't have DVR until a couple of years ago, you know?
Very true.
I've only had it for 3 years or whatever because it was free.
And not that Leno is any funnier, but I think Leno is having a much better after. Leno's talked about. Actually, I don't know whether Leno has actually said it or Joe Rogan said it, and Leno just sort of nodded. But what's it like to listen to your 15,000th fucking actress that's going to tell you about the movie you don't fucking care about?
Right.
I mean, and you're sitting there and you're looking at her and you have to try to pretend that you fucking care about what this fucking moron thinks about, you know.
And how are you going to make
my part was
how you possibly going to make this person interesting and
and it's just like
and beat the other guy in the ratings tonight because that's all you fucking.
And Jay Leno is one of the fucking happiest retired guys ever. He loves. I've watched some of this Jay Leno's garage shit on YouTube. One of the happiest human beings on the planet.
Is he done with stand-up too? Do you know?
No, I believe he still performs stand-up lot.
No shit.
But he loves stand-up. I mean, stand-up is what he did.
Right.
And he's... I want to say I saw Jay Leno at the fucking, like, Nick's Comedy Stop.
No shit.
Back in the very early 80s.
Right.
And he was the guy that was talking about being followed by the guy with ski racks, thinking it was, and you're fucking looking back, thinking it's the cops because you're seeing the ski racks.
Right.
I believe that was one of his jokes. But I think Dave Letterman is a more interesting character than Leno is. But Leno really enjoys himself.
Right.
He loves those fucking cars. That's what he's into.
Yeah, well, everyone's into something.
Doesn't have any. I don't believe he has any kids, right?
I don't think so.
Doesn't have any kids.
No.
Does his stand up. Has more money than God.
Yeah, right. He's got a lot of money. He's got like Russia and the United States have the arms race. Him and Jerry Seinfeld have the car race. They're constantly jostling to see who's got the fatter fucking car collection. I guess they both got it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any beating. I think Jerry's in the billionaire fucking camp.
Yeah, right.
But then again, who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
I don't think Jay gives a fuck.
Another guy who's still working, I guess, who doesn't really need to. Goes to the office every day.
He fucking needs to.
Yeah, Jerry, yeah. He He needs to observe.
I mean, he needs to.
Yeah.
And that's, that's why it's like, it was interesting. Watching, of course, Slate magazine or whatever it is. I don't even think they have a
Slate.com. I don't know.
Slate has a thing on the Joe Rogan podcast saying it's basically a fucking right wing. It's for right wing idiots that don't know they're right wing idiots, sort of, kind of.
Right.
That's basically the gist. And I look at all these fucking elitist cunts, and you want to just go and find the guy. I look up the author who wrote it, and it's just this, like, not even. It's a man, but it's not a man. You know what I mean? Like if you got dropped off with this guy somewhere, and you had to hike like 15, 20 miles to get somewhere where you're going to get food, this guy would die on the way.
Right.
He's not he's like a fucking man that had all his like his masculinity was removed.
Sure.
So he's like a fucking, but then again, that would mean that there's not a girl that could handle walking 20 miles. He's weaker than
he's weaker than a female.
No, but I mean, that's sort of a weaker than a female. That's sort of like
demeans,
derogatory.
yeah, demeans the woman.
I'm not trying to do that.
I know
what
you're
I'm
not
saying
doing
is
that.
this guy is just a pussy.
Right.
Does that work?
I guess.
He's a pussy.
Yeah.
And he writes this article about how, even though they don't mean it, everybody on the Joe Rogan show is a right winger. And they don't think that they're right wing, but they are. They're right wing. And it's like, why don't you go fucking kill yourself?
Right.
Because Joe Rogan's had more interesting dudes on it. Whether you like his questioning or whether you think he's bright doesn't really matter. But he opens the door to a lot of people that are fascinating.
Right.
If you think Ray Kurzweil is a moron, you're
Why
a
would
moron.
you think that? Yeah. Ray Kurzweil's a
Do you think Elon Musk
deep
is a
thinker.
moron?
No, why would you think that?
Well, he was on the Joe Rogan
Oh.
experience.
Well,
So,
these are smart people.
Maybe Joe got him to smoke a little weed, and maybe his question. Meaning, what they're doing is they're going after him because he has a wildly successful podcast,
Right.
which they don't,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're trying to belittle him.
Right.
Let's take him down. It's the old, let's take this guy down,
Yeah.
and let's call him a right winger while we do it.
Well, that's, such a bad thing to call somebody. Listen, calling someone a liberal isn't a bad thing either. They're not upset to be called a liberal. Most right wingers aren't upset to be called a right winger.
Yeah, but people that aren't right wing don't like to be called right wingers.
Well, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Do you think people who aren't left wing like to be called left wingers? Probably not.
I don't know.
What you're saying is don't call you right wing. That's what you're saying. Definitely not going to call you left wing, that's for sure.
Well, no, they find a way to call you right wing.
Right.
So they found this cunt that wrote this article found a way to call who probably more left wing than the guy that wrote the article, except for the fact that Joe Rogan could probably hike 20 miles without dying.
Right.
And this cunt couldn't.
Right.
He found a way to make it seem like this is just it seems like it's all left, it seems like it's fair and everything, but it's not. It's all right wing. And you want to just go, you know what? Maybe you're just a fucking cunt. And you should be killed.
Well,
Let me get this whore's name?
You're talking about a specific writer at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you think that a teacher should be fired from her job because somehow a topless photo of her showed up on, I don't know, social media or whatever? Not that she was sending it to students or students didn't even see it, but somehow her naked tits ended up on social media and a parent saw it and she got fired. Should she lose her job
No.
for that? It's ridiculous, right?
I would say my instantaneous answer is no. However, if she's blowing people in the parking lot
At the school?
at Eddie's fucking porn shack or whatever the fuck it is, I suppose you can't really have that.
Yeah, but she can
in
be
school.
stripping at the... Oh, yeah, in school. But she can strip at the local club for a side job, right?
You know what? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because we're really trying to... Okay. So, Jennifer is going to go down and she's an amazingly great school teacher.
Right.
But she also goes down and has her cunt lips wrapped around the pole
Yeah. Right.
at fucking Eddie's, fucking strip fucking joint.
Yeah.
And I don't... The honest answer is I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you... It doesn't fit. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're teaching young children. It's not a good... I don't think it's a great fit.
Yeah.
Now, if you can somehow keep them totally separated so...
You don't have a problem with her doing it, but the fact that... Well...
I don't have a problem with... I don't have a problem with people doing that.
Yeah, no. You don't have a problem with stripping. Well, see, that's the other thing. She's not a stripper. We got off on a tangent. I'm just saying...
Is she a stripper?
No. She sent a picture of her naked tits to a boyfriend or something, and somebody got the boyfriend's
she's
phone.
not a stripper.
No.
So there's just some... How do they know it's her tits? Or
Because her face and her tits are in the picture.
Oh.
It's her. You know what I mean?
I want to just say the guy that Joe Rogan's Galaxy Brain is the title of this article by Justin Peters.
Oh, my God.
And Justin Peters
Is devoid of masculinity.
let me look him up a little.
Oh, boy. I mean, wouldn't it suck if you find out, like, he's a semi-professional hiker?
Mountain climber.
He just fucking hikes every fucking other day. Like, he writes his fucking articles while fucking bivouacked on a fucking mountain.
Oh, no, he's a cunt.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, God, he's a cunt.
You got an image?
Yeah, I mean, this is the dude right here. That
Yeah, he's a cunt.
does that sum it up right there?
Is that his girlfriend or his mom?
I don't know. I think that's the guy, Justin Peters, Slate.
Yeah.
So he's just he's a cunt.
Justin Peters, you are cunt of the week here on Kinda Right. How's that?
And
A slight revival.
I swear they write this shit just because they got nothing else to write about. You know what I mean?
I mean, is he a media? Does he just observe what's going on in the media, or is he just a columnist who can write about whatever the fuck he wants to write about?
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's some of his headlines. Let's go back a little here.
Great.
December 20th, he wrote an article called "So Help Me, I Kind of Want These $130 Smart Christmas Tree Lights."
Uh-oh.
February 4th, 2019, the most and least awful commercials of this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
All right. March
Hardly
4th,
original. Hardly original.
2019, maybe $350 smart lacing sneakers are a good idea.
Oh.
March 21st, how Joe Rogan's hugely popular podcast became an essential platform for free thinkers who hate the left.
Oh.
March 23rd, Fox News didn't need to read the Mueller report to declare total victory for Donald Trump.
Okay.
March 25th, Fox News is weaponizing the Mueller report as a vindictive 2020 campaign theme.
Wow.
So I think the Mueller report might have set Justin.
Oh, skew?
Yeah, because he was writing pretty light shit.
Yeah.
Because
It got him focused. It got him focused.
I have to believe that people like Justin Peters, they all thought that. I think they thought, just like they thought Hillary was going to win, they thought that.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly there was going to be collusion.
Joe, it's the same thing as election night. That's why I watched not the other day weekend, but when it happened.
I mean, it was just.
It was like fucking election night. That's how crazed everybody was. It was awesome. They were out of their fucking tits.
And there's no collusion. No collusion.
And it doesn't appear to be any obstruction of justice, to speak of.
No, you're the president of the United States. You can attack whoever you want.
Yeah, and you can hire and fire whoever you want, and you can tell your employees to do
And you know
whatever
what?
you want to tell them to do.
Anybody that will say to you that Donald Trump has hurt the,
The presidency?
No.
Strengthening it.
No. He's hurt the fucking media in this country.
Oh, please.
The media has done more damage
To itself.
Oh, by the way, I listened to the show I was really drunk on, show 109. And I want to just reiterate, sober or pretty sober, that I still think Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski finger fuck Joe's retarded kid.
Oh.
I do. I really think that they do. And Joe Scarborough definitely has fucked a dog.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Just look at him.
Look at them beady eyes.
Yeah.
He's fucked a dog, and he's trying to convince Mika that a donkey dick, there's no difference between that and a human dick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because he wants to bring a fucking donkey into that bedroom.
He's introducing Mika to bestiality.
Even though it's in Greenwich, and, that shit doesn't usually fly.
Wow, Greenwich isn't that far from the Florida Panhandle, is it?
But he's like, hey, if it was a thoroughbred, would it be that much different? And she's like, well, I fucked one of them already.
Yeah, right.
Well, the donkey cock will definitely be smaller, Mika. So, I mean...
Well, maybe she's not interested then.
In the donkey cock?
Yeah.
I think she definitely is.
Yeah. She'll give it a whirl.
Because...
Especially if it'll make Joe happy.
Well, it will. And even though she's so smart, she is brain surgeon-like smart.
Oh, boy.
I mean, she comes up with things that are just, so fucking... it's just...
She's a unique thinker.
how do you... this woman should be a physicist. Seriously.
But she chose instead to, go into broadcasting.
And blow the guy that whose show...
She was working on.
And it was named after. It's a good way to get ahead.
It really is.
If you blow the guy...
If you blow your boss...
If the show is called Morning Joe,
yeah.
and you blow Joe's morning wood,
right,
there's a good chance you'll be around for a while.
It's funny.
And then if you stick a finger in his retard son, and get him all hot and bothered, I think you sealed the fucking deal.
I mean, it's...
She only had to figure out how to get rid of her husband, which she kept kind of quiet.
Well...
Old Mika.
Listen, whatever you got to do to get ahead. Whatever you got to do to further your career, dude.
Whatever you got to do to lie. Whatever you got to do to, fucking, have your opinion made. I mean, I guess they'll do anything.
You know what I did while I was convalescing yesterday?
Did you read Obama administration's corruption is destroying the Democratic media?
No. Who wrote that?
Andrew Clavin, Daily Wire.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't even tell you whether that was a right or a left-wing thing. Must be right-wing, but...
Yeah. It's probably not right up the middle. Nothing's right up the middle, unfortunately.
No, there's
no... can't be.
There's no truth.
You can't be. There's no way to do it.
Clickbait shit.
Yep, you can't just... There's no much such thing as reporting straight down the middle anymore. And that's for you, everyone at Fox, and that's for you, everyone, everywhere else. MSNBC, CBS.
MSNBC.
They're lunatics.
And CNN and Fox
CNN.
are not... They're not news organizations at all.
No, they're not.
You're not going to learn anything truthful or unbalanced. I mean, or
balanced, yeah.
However, you're not going to lose the strange...
Ew. Strange what?
I'm trying to find a headline here.
About what?
Well, I'm just trying to find a headline that basically emphasizes my point that the fucking news has gone crazy.
Oh.
So we have Michelle Goldberg from the New York Times writing, "The wrong time for Joe Biden." Is the head of the article.
Well, if there was ever a right time for Joe Biden, maybe it was when he was, of a viable, vibrant age. Joe Biden is too old to run for president.
Michelle Goldberg, I want to say, is the fucking gook. And I say gook. I mean to say gook.
Well, obviously.
Because
With
she's
tongue firmly
she's
in
a
cheek.
nasty cunt.
No.
Who said awful things like on Twitter, and they just fucking overlooked
It's
it.
okay, because she can say that.
But I could have the wrong person, so I don't want to character assassinate for no reason.
Oh.
Michelle Goldberg.
I have no idea who she is. I'm going to guess she's way younger than me and fairly attractive.
No, she's not. No.
No.
You'd have to
She's
work
way
it.
younger. I'd have to work it?
Yeah, you'd have to work. You'd have to, fucking...
I would have trouble getting a hard on, is what you're saying?
I think so.
It's hard to find some...
And plus, she'd probably be talking to you the whole time.
Oh, my God.
Just driving you crazy.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? Shut up. Shut up. A lot of them are chatty.
Do you ever not talk?
Right. Unfortunately, when you're having a talk show, you're not supposed to stop talking. I started to tell you a story, and I don't think I'm going to share it now.
Go ahead.
No, I think it's fucking stupid. I was just trying to fill air.
Michelle Goldberg.
Yeah.
Incompetent journalism guarantee before. Yeah, I gotta find this here. Michelle Goldberg, born in 1975.
Oh, she's not that much younger than me. Only 7 years.
Worked for Salon.com. In 2000, controversy, Romney wrote that there was no crown.
"43 or 44 years old, in the prime of her professional writing life." A runaround columnist. So,
she's a left-wing cunt.
Okay.
She's not the one I was thinking about, but she's a left-wing cunt.
Yeah, Joe Biden isn't nearly left-wing enough for her. You know what I mean?
No.
She wants old Kamala or
Yeah, she wants some fucking
Corey or
Ocasio.
waiting for
Cortez.
AOC to be fucking 35 years old.
Jesus.
You know that
Christ.
kid's going to run for president the second she turns 35.
No, she's not. She's going to be gone.
I don't know
why?
about
'Cause
that, Joe.
It's already figuring itself out. People they're already like, now what do you actually believe? What now?
The thing is she can probably
we
have
want
the seat
everyone
as
to
long
be
as she
fucking
wants.
poor so
Right.
that everyone's equal.
Well, she already
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again.
She already lost fucking $25,000 jobs for her district.
Yeah, she's a stupid fucking
Cunt.
moron,
Yeah.
googly-eyed spick cunt.
She does have nice D's though. 34D apparently. You can look it up.
I don't
That's
care
all that
about
really
it. So
matters.
she's-
I do.
Have you ever
They
seen
look
her
great.
eyes?
Yeah, she's fucking crazed.
She's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah. She's doing the
Hey, Comey's talking.
about what? All I saw him last weekend was he
They got Comey lying like 6 ways to Sunday, by the way.
during the whole Hillary thing?
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
his entire fucking existence.
His entire directorship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt on Mueller report, Comey says. Barr deserves benefit of the doubt. Well, yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Do you think he's going to, like, play it down and then release the entire report that says Trump's guilty of collusion?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Basically says Trump's not guilty of collusion.
Yeah.
And we're not looking for any more indictments, and it's fucking over.
Right.
Chuck Schumer. Trump tells you he has a magic health care plan you can only see if you reelect him.
There you go.
Would somebody please kill Chuck Schumer?
One of you folks out there can, unfortunately, that might be the whole Doug Stanhope take a little bit of fucking money from fucking happy fucking retard and give it to fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
Take
That
some
type of thing?
retard money and
Right.
throw it crazy's way.
Right, that's it. You're going to have to talk, Joe. I'm peeing again. I don't want to pee so much.
You know, I read one. I read something. Mario Cuomo, not Mario, the fucking son there.
The governor, Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew, the governor,
Yeah.
the highly qualified son of the former governor, who he didn't have a leg up. I mean, he would have won regardless.
Yeah, right.
You know, there's no way that him having, the same last name or being in the same family
Didn't get
had
the
anything to
governorship
do
or the attorney
or-
generalship.
No, it had nothing to do with it. He earned it.
Nepotism.
He earned it the whole way.
Right.
Well, I guess he signed a fucking thing, which I didn't even, I didn't know that there were restrictions. I thought abortion was abortion. You can have an abortion whenever you want. But I guess states can choose. How far along, and most people think that like 6 months along, or 2 trimesters, if you haven't figured out that you don't want the kid, it's fucking too late.
Right.
But they just signed in New York, old Andrew, that after 9 months or 10 months, or after the kid's 37, you can fucking abort. So I've been on top of this the whole time.
Yeah.
So how about if we kill fucking Andrew? Can we kill Andrew Cuomo?
Or his children
How
or
about if we
grandchildren?
abort him right
Actually,
now?
He doesn't have children, does he?
Andrew Cuomo?
I don't think he has kids.
He probably can't because he's so fucking evil
Because he's so inbred.
and disgusting.
At some point during the inbreeding process, somebody ends up fucking not impotent, infertile. You know what I mean? Thank God.
I think he's definitely a dog fucker.
I mean, look at his eyes.
I have. He's definitely a dog.
Yeah. He loves Andrew Cuomo, by the way. Andrew Cuomo. I'm surprised he didn't.
Andrew loves Andrew?
Yeah, remember they were yelling
fucking himself?
They were yelling about him running for president a few years ago. He doesn't seem to be anywhere near getting in that race right now, although you never know. Fucking Mike Bloomberg could get in as a Democrat. That would be wacky. I know he goes back and forth between party affiliations. While he was mayor of New York, he was a Republican, but I think he's a registered Democrat again. That would be interesting.
The soda man. You want to really run the soda man?
Why is he the soda man?
Fucking have him run. I think it would be great.
Wouldn't it be great? 2 New York billionaires,
name would
one
be
on each other.
He'd be blown. He'd be fucking killed immediately. He's the soda man.
Explain that one. I'm sorry, I'm missing it, Joe. It sounds funny.
Don't you understand? Bloomberg was the guy that said, "We're not going to allow."
Yeah. The sugary drink.
I'm gonna save humanity.
Right.
You can't get a 24 ounce, or the biggest
Mountain
you can get
Dew.
is you can't get a fucking big gulp in New York City. That was his. He's gonna fucking save
everybody one soda at a time.
One soda at a time. Old Mike Bloomberg,
because he knows what's good for you.
You want him so far away from the presidency.
Oh, I know. I just think it would be an interesting.
He's a horror show. I mean, I don't care. And apparently, he was a pretty good mayor. But I mean, I don't fucking want him.
Yeah.
The soda police.
Right.
I think there's fucking 10 times more police than we need in this country. I really do.
Yeah.
And nobody's allowed to fucking, especially in our neck of the woods. I mean, if you live in Texas, but you can't protect yourself in this. Remember that fucking cunt that used to be attorney general in the
Janet Reno?
No. In Massachusetts. She was
Maura
Coakley.
Oh, Martha Coakley, right? Who got her ass handed to her?
Right. Well, Coakley's stance was, here's her thing.
Like Governor Baker.
If somebody breaks into your house, you don't do anything. Just call the police.
Oh, yeah. That's
Let
a good
law
one.
enforcement take care of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they're always so fucking brave. Like when there's a school shooting going on and they're outside pissing themselves because they won't go in. So, yeah, I always rely on law enforcement to fucking save my life.
And the 13-minute response time?
Law enforcement is really good at showing up after the crime has been committed.
Right.
That's why none of them ever get killed.
Right.
Except for Mark Charbonnet. Do you remember Mark Charbonnet?
Up on the Route 3 there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Charbonnet pulled over a guy who, Dan, right? Dan's plumbing?
Yeah.
Dan went to high school with that guy that shot Mark Charbonnet.
No shit.
And he said he was fucking insane.
Really?
However, I guarantee you that Mark Charbonnet was doing a fucking state police number on him.
Yeah.
With the puffed out chest.
Right.
You know how they like it?
Oh, yeah.
Big puffed out chest and the jack boots and
the
he
Nazi
looked at him
hat.
he got the Nazi hat turned the right way. And I actually said this to some fucking pigs up at the barracks in Hanover or wherever he comes out of. I said, you know what? Mark Charbonnet deserved to be shot. And that's why he's fucking dead.
Right.
And I've taken a shit at the edge of the fucking Mark Charbonnet
Memorial over there by the old hotel.
I've shit off the side of it 11 times.
Man,
so
that was a long time ago, dude.
Mark Charbonnet. Yeah, it was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
But I still think the world is better off with that fucking asshole dead.
Probably.
Because he was probably a fucking asshole.
I mean,
how much of an asshole do you have to be to get someone to shoot you?
I mean, very rarely does someone just come up and shoot somebody for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So he didn't. You know, we get all the bullshit propaganda.
Right.
Oh, he was doing what he was supposed to, and this evil bastard. Now, granted, this guy was an evil bastard, but I guarantee it, this fucking little pig
tortured the guy into killing him for him.
He basically left no other option other than, I'm going to fucking kill this cunt.
Right.
And Mark Charbonnet is dead. And you know what? Fuck you, Mark. And if your kids are listening, don't be a cunt like your dad.
Right. While you're enjoying that fucking free college education. Although,
yeah,
by now they would be.
Jesus Christ. How much money do you think the taxpayers have had to dole out for that fucking family?
A lot, actually.
You know, fuck them. And you know, it's all, oh well, you know, he was out there for us. No, he wasn't.
No,
he was out there because he was a fucking cocksucker
Yeah.
that liked torturing people. And you know what? He tortured the wrong guy,
Yeah.
and the guy shot him in the fucking head.
Right. Hey, that was probably had his hand on his pistol when the guy killed him.
Right.
Don't put your hand on your gun. It's kind of threatening.
And if you're gonna put
People
your hand
feel
on your
threatened.
gun, be faster than the guy in the fucking car.
Yeah.
So start practicing the Wild West fucking pulls.
Right.
Otherwise, go fuck yourself, pig. Fuck you, Mark Charbonnet. Dead cocksucker. And the guy, I don't know who shot him, but he's in jail for the rest of his life and shit.
Yeah.
You know, as it probably should be.
Well,
then again, I bet as a juror, he could convince me that the guy deserved to be shot.
I believe the guy who shot him has the same name as a guy we know. The guy, remember the guy who used to, don't say his name, who used to do the trees? He was still doing trees. You built him a house down on Old Sandwich. He built a outbuilding down on 3A at one. He built a building down on 3A at one point.
Yes.
The dude who killed Mark Charbonnet is the same name as him.
Now, are they brothers?
No. They have the same name, literally the same name, except one has an E at the end and one didn't have an E at the end. And I don't remember which way it was.
I don't either.
But that's what that guy's name was who shot that dude. Same name.
Dan said he was crazy,
Yeah.
which I believe. Nobody that's not a little out of their mind shoots a state cop. However, he was pulled over.
Yeah. And probably tortured.
And probably given, at least given the old state cop fucking,
Standard.
just like my boy,
Shorty.
David Palmer,
Yeah.
Shorty,
Yeah. Old Shorty.
little cunt face, did to my pal.
Right.
And he didn't get shot, but he did get a step stool. He got some fucking elevator shoes.
Yep.
He got a big purple cock about a year and a half ago. And I hope he dies.
Right.
I hope he fucking dies on the job. No, actually, I hope he doesn't die on the job because then we have to pay for him.
Yeah.
I hope he fucking, vapor locks in his bathroom taking a shit.
Yeah, or just has horrible, agonizing fucking blood
Asshole cancer.
Yeah, that too.
Asshole cancer. But I'm guessing that this guy probably was not a good guy. However, he got pulled over. He got tortured to the point where he said, fuck this, I'm going to kill this cocksucker. And he shot him.
Right.
And you know what we have now?
One less
state pig
right
to fucking worry about.
Although hopefully they didn't hire 2 people to replace it.
Yeah, they
which might have gone down.
But maybe they had to use 3 people to fill out the fake overtimes.
Yeah, right.
So it took like 2. It was a twofer.
Right.
2 for 1. There's 1 actually taking over the job, but 2 came in to fill out the fake overtime slips so that they could make more money because they deserve it.
Yeah, right.
Because just ask them how tough their job is.
Right. Especially the part where there's no work going on and you're getting paid for it. That's the best.
Right. Or you're sleeping in your fucking squad
you're
car
entitled to that.
Yeah. And you're fucking entitled to like a detail while you're asleep.
Yeah. Or detail and a regular shift while you're asleep. How's that one?
You're entitled.
Yeah.
You're entitled.
Triple dipping.
Because your job's so dangerous. Yeah. That's why you're not in the top 10 of most dangerous jobs.
There are more roofers who die.
Fishermen.
Yeah. Whoa, way more fishermen. That's like number 1, isn't it?
Loggers.
Yeah. Crane operators we've already talked about.
Pretty much like a whole fucking rally of people.
Yeah, right.
Before you get to the pigs.
Right. I mean, again, nobody becomes a Massachusetts State Police officer, is that what you call them? For altruistic reasons. Nobody.
Although I do know a guy that just wanted a job.
He wanted a job, yeah. Again,
cool.
That's not altruistic, though. He's not looking to help anybody.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
No,
he's looking for a good job.
There's no, I want to protect the public.
Yeah, no.
No, it's, I want to make a lot of money.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily, that guy isn't looking to kill anybody. Although,
It's a lot of midgets like this fucking cunt, David Palmer.
Yeah.
Who should be killed. Which, if anybody's thinking, I'm not going to kill him.
Right.
There's no threat here. But
right.
He should be killed.
Yeah.
By someone other than me.
Sure.
And I'm not trying to incite violence either.
No.
I don't want you to kill him, whoever you are.
Right.
But he should still be killed. And then he should have after he's killed and dead, he should have a big purple dildo shoved in his fucking mouth.
Right.
All the way down his throat.
Let's make him watertight. Fuck it.
Yeah. Maybe a purple dildo in every orifice.
Every orifice. Sure.
Fucking cocksucker. Hey, the good news, Al, is
we did a 100% average show.
And my excavator is up and running because I know this show sounded kind of dark, because I started off with the environment. Because I heard this story just before I came in here, and I'm like, you got to be fucking, this. We're talking about 4 people were out clamming. The youngest one was like 68. So it went from 68 to 86. And they got what did I say? $500?
You said $600 total.
$600 total worth of fucking tickets from the environmental police.
Right.
For clamming, which is a free license.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking die. I hope the guy that gave him the 600 ticket, I hope his wife dies. I hope his fucking kids die. I hope he dies. Whoever he is, I hope he fucking dies.
Right.
This isn't the way this is all supposed to work. This isn't the way it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to be this fucking, like, money-making scheme. Let's see how we can fuck the public over.
Right.
How many people can we get to hate us? Is that really what you want? Well, guess what, environmental police?
It worked out.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you. If I see one of you being fucking killed in the woods,
You're going to stop and
I'll
watch.
cheer on whoever's killing you.
Whoever or whatever.
Kill him. Kill him. Stab him in the throat. Cut his balls off before you fucking kill him so it really hurts.
Right.
So
Light him on fire while you're at it.
light his balls on fire.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Hey, everybody.
And to end that happiness, everybody have a good week.
All right. Listen, Joe.
It'll
This
be
is
much
fun.
more positive on Thursday.
No, it won't. And
It'll be a little more positive.
anyway, listen. You guys, you listen to the whole show. Now tell a friend. Tell a friend. And listen to the clips that Joe's going to put up. He's about to go on a fucking clip putting up tear. I can tell.
Yeah, but I'm
could
trying
taste
to,
it.
like, Al and I do realize, and we apologize, that we have to fucking actually show up. And
Well,
do
good,
this
man. This is like our 5th or 6th show in a row. We're good.
shit. I know, we have to, but we got to do it.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
know, look, we're always going to, someone's going to be going on vacation, and how are you going to do it?
Or
But
one or the other of us will be having a fucking mental health relapse of
Right.
some sort.
there's
You never
a lot
know.
of mental illness going
There's a
around
lot
this
of
fucking
mental
table.
illness in this studio, everybody. All different types,
But you
too.
know what? I'd never give any fucking people $600 worth of tickets for getting clams.
Isn't that
I ain't
ridiculous?
that mentally
It's just-
fucking ill. Fucking cocksucker. Die, you cunt, whore, motherfucker.
All right. Good night, Waterbury.